Hey folks, Mel the Train Shooter back in the studio and back with another BTS. And if you're wondering what's with the fine apparel, yeah, it's a bit of a bandit one. I've got something I'm starting, but the studio hasn't warmed up, so I'm keeping my body warmer on until it's a little bit warmer in here. Yeah, but I want to get stuck in, and so I'm just going to do it like this. Right. I'm also warming myself with a good British coffee. British? That doesn't sound right. Anyway, right, what are we working on? Well, if you've been following along, you'll know I'm diving into Japanese defences, and as part of that, I got a bit of a care package this week, yeah? It was from Ziterdes, I believe it's pronounced, yeah? And they're a subsidiary of NOC, which are the scenery company that make all the trees and that sort of stuff. Very big in the railway world and do excellent flower stuffs and small garnishes. Yeah, haven't played with any trees or any of that. Actually, I have. Did them on the, on the artboard, didn't I? They're not bad, actually. I think I've got them somewhere. Anyway, getting distracted, as always. So, what we're talking about? Well, what we're talking about is this stuff. Yeah, what's this? This is gun foam, expanded foam, hard foam. Yeah, basically it's injected into a mould. Yeah, and then it comes out nice and hard, and you have their pre-made scenery like that. Now, I've got quite a bit of it here, and I want to talk you through it. And the reason why I want to just very quickly through it is I want to showcase it a little bit, you know, just a short video, because I'm not just going to be like, right, you know, let's throw some flock on that and we're done. I'm going to be converting this up for my Burma build. And when I say converting this up, I mean heavily. I'm going to be adding bunkers and that sort of stuff to it. And not just to this piece, because I've got some more here that I want to take you through. So that's why I'm doing this sort of quick show-off video, because before I get stuck into it, I want to show you what it looks like out of the box before I absolutely trash it and we take it on a bit of a, well, I'm not going to trash it, but we're going to take it on a bit of a Burma build adventure. Right, so let me show you some of the stuff that we've got here, yeah, and then we can sort of put it together and I can show you the sort of stuff you can do with it and that sort of stuff. Right, very quickly, grab it up, switch it round. There we go, right. Here we have, let me just zoom out a bit, that's better. Right, here we've got, all their sort of scenery stuff. Now, chatted to them earlier in the year, I think it was, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, and, they said, you know, we have a look at our stuff and that sort of stuff. Do you want to have a play with it? And I was like, yeah, actually, I do. Now, if you've never come across these guys before, yeah, these guys did a lot of stuff for railway stuff. When you go into the railway stores and you see the small little foam like walls and little outcrops and stuff like that, that's these guys, okay? On top of that, they do a lot of fantasy stuff, a lot of sci-fi stuff. And very quickly, yeah, just let me grab the box, because that's probably the easiest way of showing you straight off the bat. Yeah, here we go. Right, so, as you can see, they have a sci-fi range, dwarven ruins, yeah, modular gaming top. They've got dungeon systems. They do everything like battle mats, yeah, all the way up to a complete modular gaming board. And they literally do all sorts of things, buildings. If you haven't seen their stuff, yeah, I'll put a link down below. Go have a nose. It is really good. And it's all hard foam, which basically means that it looks like this in the box. So if we have a quick nose, off we got. Right, we've got some half section, some 45-degree turns. Yeah, some T-junctions, some straights. Yeah, and some end caps. Okay, now there's basically two of each, and they sent that along as well that I've got to figure something to do with, because I only asked them to send those bits. Yeah, so these bits, that bit, that was kind of unexpected. I've got to try and figure out what I've got to do with that, because it's got sandbags on as well. So we'll have to figure that one, but we will. Right, let me just put this down. So what I'm going to do very quickly, in fact, bring it. Right, folks, what I'm going to do very quickly is I'm just going to debox these, get them on the table, and then we can have a proper look at them, okay? So, back in a sec. Right, that's them all popped out. So, as you can see, yeah, it's sort of a modular setup with all these pieces. So, you've got the end caps, you've got the half pieces, straights, T-junctions, yeah, and obviously the 45 degrees. And I've got a few more pieces over here. Now this stuff is really nice, okay? It's going to create a really good foundation for me. And I've just been playing around and trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it. Now, as it's expanding foam, yeah, as you can see, it does meet pretty well. There's the odd little tiny gap, but a little bit of sanding will sort that. Plus, I intend to make these into individual pieces. And what I mean by that is, not individual pieces, like larger modular pieces. If I'm going to convert this, then I'm going to need to sort of build things and fix things together. And so to do that, I'm going to the logical thing is to sort of base these as a larger piece. I've just got to figure out how I want to do it, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge. I'll figure it. So, just very quickly, if you've not come across this stuff before, it's actually quite nice. So if I just move this stuff over here, yeah, and get this one. Hard foam can be worked with, okay, i.e. it's basically high density foam. So I can do this with this one. In fact, I'll do it over here. Yeah, because I know I'm not going to have these on. I'm going to cut these off. So with a blade, you can simply cut it. So if I bring that up, yeah, see where I've cut that off? And so all this is shapeable with a blade. You can sand it. You can do all that sort of stuff with it. Yeah. And so it makes it really easy to convert. Another thing that makes it do is some of their other pieces, yeah, you can sort of get a larger piece, cut it up, spread it over a few scatter pieces, make it last a bit long. Well, not last a bit longer, but spread it a bit further over the table. It basically means that these terrain pieces are workable. Yeah, and that's what I'm interested in doing with them. Yeah, working them up. So obviously we've got that one. Let's show that one over there. And my basic idea is, yeah, to come up with some modular pieces like that. Yeah, that I can then put on a single board, put on a single base, and then just drop them down as larger pieces. What I don't want is individual ones. Yeah, because I'm just going to be constantly putting things together and that sort of stuff. And there's only a few different setups because I want to replicate sort of what I've seen to be like a Japanese defensive line. So this is the stuff we've got to play with. So there we have it. Yeah, that's the, what you call it, that's the Ziterdes, what you call it, modular trench system. Now each of these are about 8 inches. As you can see, they sort of form 8-inch squares. Yeah. And all we've got to do now is, like I say, I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with these. Right, let me just pull this back up. And there we go. That's better. So, I think it's going to end up a pretty good system once it's all Burma built up. Yeah. Now, I am interested in your ideas. What would you do with this? This is why I'm putting this video out now, because it's going to be about a week before I properly get stuck into this. And so, it makes sense if I shout this out now. You guys can give me some ideas for it. Now, I've got the idea of log bunkers on these sort of points. Maybe some cover. Not sure. Still got to play with it. Still got to have a look around with it. So, let me very quickly swap this round. There we go. Hello. Yeah, still in the body warmer. Let's pull that up a bit. There. So that's the battle plan, guys. To take these Hardfoam trench pieces. Move over here, sorry. There we go. Yeah, to take these Hardfoam trench pieces and to make them into something. Now, I don't know whether to cut into this and make that into a larger sort of artillery place. Not sure on that one, to be perfectly honest. I could. See, this is the playing with it, isn't it? You know what I'm like. But anyway, I've got these pieces. I reckon a couple of bunkers, maybe something else, but above all, customise them into the style of the Burma build. And then we've got something that we can call it. I've got a proper Japanese defence line, as well as the defences that I'm doing as part of the Burma build, which means the small stuff, the individual bunkers and stuff like that. So by the time it's finished, we should have quite a layered approach. Now, one thing I suppose I could do with that is raise it up a little. I could put that on foam. Mount it up a bit more. Give it a pat. There's options. There's options. Right, so, Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you've ever worked on any of this stuff, if you've ever had it, what you think about it. Love to hear your comments. Yeah, if you've got any questions about working with gun foam and that sort of stuff, let me know in the comments down below. And as always, yeah, if you like seeing me on your screen, guys, the links are on the screen. Everything helps keep the lights on, the camera rolling, and me just in here sharing my passion with you and putting a smile on my face. So if you'd like to put a smile on my face, links are on the screen or down below. Yeah, all of them work. PayPal, join the clan on what you call it, on Patreon, or jump on the Amazon wish list. Above all, say hi in the comments. All the best, yeah. Ta-da.